What the hell? Huh? We've got some crazy add-on business happening. Okay, I literally can't even click off my add-ons. What the hell is going on, Blizzard? Blizzard, what are you doing? What are you doing to me? Why? Why would you punish me like this? Crazy. All right, let's just go to the add-ons folder and remove them. Anniversary interface add-ons, Archon tooltip, yep. Atlas, sure. Let's delete that one. Dark mode, yeah. DBM, yeah. Details, yep. Gargle, sure. Gladdy, no. Item rack, yep. Kiwi farm, maps plus. Money looter, we'll get rid of that. Stopwatches, move any. MSBT. Nova, let's get rid of that one. Omni CC, OP we don't need. Omni CC, we'll keep. Questy, Outfitter can go. Rating Buster, good. Shadowed Uniframes. Tackle Tape, Trinket, Weak Ores. What's training? Okay. Bro, it's so hot today. But we got a 100 megabit per second line installed into my room. My own private line. So I am pumped about that. Yo. Masava, nice talent. Also got mine a few weeks back. Bro, I got it on Wednesday night. Super pumped. It's my second talent. I don't know if you were on the last stream, but the first one I got it. I traded all the enchanting mats in the raid to get Mongoose on it. Traded them all to my enchanter. Click, 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 click. But I traded him the sword by mistake. No big deal. You can trade the sword back, obviously. That was my mistake to trade him the sword. He enchanted the sword before he traded it back to me, essentially bricking it because you can't trade it once it's enchanted. Bro, I was so tilted. Unbelievably tilted. That was about 4 weeks ago, and I just got it last night. So, yeah, it feels good. It feels very, very good. However, I think like Blink Strike, if so, have a look at this, right? Okay, so Talon's putting out 339 top end, so your Sinister Strikes are going to be hitting a lot harder. 96.5 DPS versus 81.2, so it's a lot more. It's like 25% more DPS. It's got hit rating on it. It's got attack power. It's got agility. But if you're against, if you're doing, say, Mana Tombs, for example, you don't need the hit rating. And if you get lucky with Blink Strike and you get a lot of blinks in one combat, you can get about the same DPS as Talon, like on average. Talon's average. but it's a lot more like Talon is a lot more on average over time. But if Blink Strike procs, you can still hit high numbers. Like I got a 99 parse. I got a 99 parse in phase 2 using Blink Strike. So you can still get insanely high numbers. I'm actually I think I'm ranked 7 on the server for Hiking Mulgar fight with Blink Strike, and that was last week. So you can still get insane damage out of Blink Strike, but Talon is better overall. But I gotta say, I love it, but I do miss having the double the Blink and the Latrose combo. Like it just looks so good, So I am gonna miss that, but Talon is Talon. It's insane. I don't know why this UI is like this. I don't know what's doing that. So give me 2 seconds. I literally just logged back on again and I've got this. Maybe it's a Blizzard setting. Maybe it's an update. All right, let's restart the client. Oh, thank God. I spent $150 on data plans because I moved to China recently and you have to use a VPN and you have to get an eSIM. I bought an unlimited package so that I could stream. The last stream that I did, I chewed through almost 40 gigabytes in one night. And the unlimited is never unlimited. There's a fair usage policy and it capped out at 30 gigabytes. And it cost me $100 and my speed was throttled. I would say I was pulling my hair out, but there's not much left to pull out and I want to keep these eyebrows pristine. So I was majorly stressed. I didn't know what I was going to do. So I asked the academy, can I get a fiber line installed into my room? And they're like, yeah, sure. So I got installed today, ran a speed test. I got 100 megabyte per second download speed, which is insane. So I'm over the moon. I can just stream all the time now and just pump it out. So it took about a week and like $300 or $400 to get that up and running. Yes, now we're back. All right, let's get into the mana tombs for some farming. I am so hyped for Black Temple. It's not even funny. I cannot wait. Absolutely cannot wait. Yeah, I hate that about the Talon. It's unfortunate. Have you switched back to mana tombs completely from SV? Yeah. So when I was living in Bangkok, I moved to Hanoi, and then I was in Hanoi until the end of March, April, May, and then I went back to Europe for a birthday. I was basically been traveling around for the last 2 months in Europe, so I couldn't really stream or do anything. And when you're on the move, Mana Tombs is so much better because you can just bang out 5 or 30 minutes, which is really, really nice. So I've just been doing Mana Tombs exclusively for the last couple of months, but I haven't been playing that much. So yeah, I'm in Mana Tombs now. I do want to go back to SV, and I will go back to SV, and we can do some comparisons. I think what I'll do probably is switch this spec that I have now. This is the HArP spec that I'm using here, which is really, really nice for Mana Tombs. Probably going to go back to the full-on Shadow Step build. That way, when I'm in Mana Tombs, I can just use this spec until I get to the packs, switch to combat, which isn't ideal, but it is what it is. And then switch back to subtlety for moving through. And that way I can go and do SV as well, because for SV, you need to have Shadow Step. You have to have it. So now that I have my internet sorted, I'll switch over my specs and then I'll do an hour of each every day and compare the gold per hour from each one and see how it sits at this stage in the phase. So that's the plan. Let's eat some mudfish. We're pretty stacked. Full bis, death mantle gear, amulet of bitter hatred, Thalassian Wilder. You can also use the Cape of Dark Reavers. It's pretty much as good, but the Wilder Cloak looks cooler and you can squeeze like an extra few DPS out of it. Bits bracers, Talon, Latros is about 10 DPS less than the Season 2 weapon, but I'm not doing PvP because I'm sitting at 550 MS currently because of the ping from China, right? So I'll just wait until phase 3 drops and then I'll buy the Season 2 weapon with honor. We got the pistol, Biss, Warp Spring Coil, Biss, still waiting for a DST. The Biss rings, Edgewalkers are Biss until Black Temple. And actual chest should be Bloodsea Brigand's Vest. I haven't gotten that yet. But what you can do, you can actually use Skulker's Greaves here from Karazhan. And they're going to give you an extra 10 DPS over the Death Mantle legs. There's 3 items you can swap out in the Death Mantle set to give you a little bit more DPS. The best of them is the Bloodsea Brigand's Vest. That's number 1. That's the most DPS you'll get. If you don't have that one, you can also use the shoulder pads of the Stranger instead. Get a little bit less, but it's still very high. And if you don't have either of those, you can use Skulker's Greaves. And Skulker's Greaves it just gives you so much hit because of those sockets. That puts out about 10 more DPS than the Death Mantle leggings. I love recycling old gear, so that's a nice little trick if you still have them in your bank. And tier gear is pretty easy to get, as you guys know. Look at this. This is my new favorite drink. This is add-ons says. It's a Chinese sports drink, and it is peach flavored. And it's currently got about 5 grams of creatine in it, and it's very, very good. I've got, what time are we now? 1:05. I've got an hour and a half. And then we're going to go up the mountain. There's about 45 of us. And we're going to go into the Deep Woods Trail. I don't know what that means. I've only been here for a week. So we're going to do the Deep Woods Trail up to the mountain. And then when we get there, we're probably going to have to do bear crawling on the ground. And we'll do various Kung Fu practices, exercises. It's so hot, bro. It is so hot over here. It's unreal. But my body's getting used to the training. I got a very, very painful massage last night from the Shifu, the massage master here. And it was brutal, but I feel much better today because of it, which is nice. I have an old groin tendon ligament coming from your groin to the back of your knee. Injury. And obviously, if you're practicing lots of kicks and getting ready to do sparring, it's really high risk to re-injure, and I really don't want to re-injure it. So I went to the massage. It was about an hour long, and he just got his thumbs and he was plucking like my tendon or my ligament just at the base of my groin. He was plucking it like a guitar string, and I was just screaming. It was it was brutal. But I do feel a lot better today because of it, so that's nice. What's the training you're doing? Can you give me a quick recap, as I don't know where you are? Okay, I moved to China. What are we now? Friday, 10 days ago. And I paid for 6 months at a Kung Fu Academy. It's called Kunyuman Shaolin Kung Fu Academy. And the training is Monday to Friday. I live on site. You get 3 meals a day. The meals are all the same. It's rice, and a little bit of chicken and some vegetables. In the morning, it's rice with 2 eggs. I just had chicken, vegetables, and rice, and then for dinner, it's more chicken, more vegetables, and more rice. You get up at breakfast is at 7:30. Then you have morning stretch, and then we do stretch, and then we do various different, depending on the day and the group you're in, you'll do different things. So I'm in the Shaolin group, but some other people are in the Wing Chun group. Other people are in Tai Chi group. You have different forms you need to do to learn. So I'm just learning a very basic thing. So we're just and in the evening, you can do calligraphy, you can do some Taoist theory, you can do acupuncture and massage, but it's all kind of theory. So you're just sitting in a classroom listening to somebody talking, trying to get translated. So unless you're really involved in that and you really want to learn it, it's kind of, well, I'm going to be streaming in the evenings anyway. That's my plan. So those extra activities, I don't mess with them. So then you have lunch at 12. And then at 3 p.m., you go back and you do training until about 5. So another 2 hours of training. I can feel myself getting stronger, which is good, but it's also fairly brutal on the body. But it takes about 2 weeks for your body to adjust to anything new, really. And I learned that from my cousin Kenneth when I went to Australia and worked for him. He was a bricklayer and I was his laborer, and it was like 35 degrees over there. And after the first day, I was like pushing. This is in 2012. I got a gem, nice. I was pushing wheelbarrows full of cement around on a building site, and I hadn't been working or training for a year, so I was just very scrawny and skinny. I was just partying a lot. Me and my friend, bedroom DJs, and we used to put on house parties all the time, and we were just partying all the time. So you know what that means. It's not very good for your body. And I went over to Australia, and after the first day, I was dying, absolutely dying on the building site. And his ex-bouncer, really aggressive guy, and I just remember him screaming at Kenneth, talking about me, because I was just like, I was breaking, like I couldn't handle the pace of the work because I hadn't done it before. And he's like, "I don't fucking care, Kenneth. Tell him to get the fucking mud on the fucking board." Just absolutely brutal. No, there was no like, it's his first day, go easy on him. It's like, this guy was pissed that I wasn't 100 miles an hour, super jacked laborer. So we're in the car on the way back, first day. Kenneth goes, "Well, how'd you get on?" And I looked at him, I said, "I don't know if I can do this." And he said, he goes, I know how you feel. He said, "Just give it 2 weeks. Give it 2 weeks and your body will adjust and see how you go from there." And he was right, 2 weeks for the body to adjust to it. And then it was all gravy. So that was a wonderful life lesson I learned from my cousin Kenneth, which I'm remembering now in these early days of this training over here. Sounds really cool. Yeah, it is pretty cool. I'm super excited to be here. Yeah. But this ping is very, very bad. Oh, we got him. Okay. I don't think I'm gonna risk looting that corpse. Not right now, anyway. I'll get this guy first. We're up to 812 latency. What the hell? That's super bad. Can you let me know what the quality of the stream is like, Masava? Like, are the visuals fine? Is the voice fine on your end, or is it like lag-related because of the MS? It should be okay because I have 100 megabit per second download, and the upload is probably equally as bonkers. Let's see if we can sneak this. Okay, nice. Oh, but that's super nice. I lived briefly in the VPN situation. There's a pain in the ass, brother. Don't I know it? Oh man, it's an absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare. There is a booster you can get. It's called UU Accelerator, and it's made by a Chinese company. So I downloaded that. Yo, granted, another farming session. Quality is good, voice is good, just lags out slightly sometimes. Yeah, that sucks. It's the lag isn't connection to you. It's lagging out on my end because of the EMS. We're at 842. Let me have a quick look here. I'm connected to Singapore. Yeah, it's the lag is actually happening on my end, which sucks. So sorry about that. I will get that sorted. I think I tried UU Accelerator. It was giving me the same MS as my VPN. So I thought, when I already have my VPN, I thought UU Accelerator is just a VPN that they've rebranded as a gaming booster, which makes sense. It's a good way to market it if you want to sell it. But now I'm thinking maybe they have some. They say they basically go underneath the Great Firewall and they can bypass a lot of the restrictions. So I think that, like, if I'm on my phone and I'm connected to Singapore, I get 300 ms. Now that I'm on China Unicom's 100 megabit line, even though I have unlimited download and upload, so I can stream, the ping is way worse because of the Great Firewall. So I'll find a workaround for that. Whereabouts, by the way? Space gliding. Steam Vaults has been on pause since I left Hanoi, but I'm going to go back soon. I'm going to respec. I'll probably do that sometime this weekend. I need to go and get a tooth pulled tomorrow in Muping, which is the nearest little city, mini city where I am. And then we'll be set. I'll be back and we'll do an hour of Steam Vaults and then an hour of Mana every night, Monday to Friday, and on Saturdays and Sundays. Last time I got 2 Living Ruby, 2 Night's Eye, and 2 chests. I forgot to take SS, but it was about 670 gold per MT. Yeah. I've been loving MT. I love them both. They're insane. Like, they're both insanely good farms, and they're both really, really fun for their own reasons, you know? Like, MT is great if you have good gear, and even if you don't have good gear, it's very satisfying doing combat farms, because you get to, you know, fully go rogue, you know, use your, you know, Cloak of Shadows, evasion, cooldowns, and just blast things, and it's a lot of fun. But Steve, engineering, rock, shadow step shenanigans, that's really, really fun to do as well. So if somebody asked me to choose one, my favorite, I wouldn't be able to. I love them both. They're great farms. I think I'll distract these guys just in case they get a little close out. And yeah, I really need to find a way to lower my ping, because it's lagging for me here as well. That's it. We solved the main problem with getting fiber, and with unlimited download, truly unlimited. but it's super strange. On this VPN, I have it on my phone and on my when I'm connected to the eSIM that I bought, and I connect to, I get 300 ms. But now that I'm connected to the fiber line, when I connect to Singapore, I'm getting this 800 ms, which is basically unplayable. I mean, I can play, but it's definitely not good for stream. So I'm wondering why that is. But I'll get that sorted real quick. Yeah, two living rubies and 2 night's eye in 2 chests is absolutely insane. I did get a double. I did get a double last week. I got a night's eye and a dawn stone, I think it was. But I still haven't gotten the Holy Grail. I still haven't gotten 2 living rubies. That is the. It can't be beaten. Rubies are 125 gold on my server at the minute, so they're doing really well. I lived in Shanghai a while. Then my parents lived in Suzhou, and I used to visit them. Cool. It's the first time I've ever been to China. I haven't even been to Shanghai yet. But that's cool. Nice to meet a fellow of the world. One of my friends from home, his name is Sean, and he was born in China, and his name is Sean O'Reilly. Okay, it's the name you can think of, yeah? He was born in China, and they made him his birth certificates. So when he was legally processed, his name was Ian Wong. And there's some other Chinese guy out there whose legal name is Sean. And they tried to get it amended and fixed, but the Chinese weren't having any of it. They're like, nah. So like legally, technically, whenever there's something that's technical and legal, it has to be Ian Wong, has to be his name. There's some Chinese guy out there called Sean O'Reilly, and he's like in his 30s now. Okay, so we have... This is the worst combo you can have, because they can both do the Shadow Word Paint. So in this situation, what I like to do is actually sap the Priest and then open up on this Dark Caster so we don't pull the worms, and then down and hope that our Cloak of Shadows will cover. And we're going to try and do that with 800 ms. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do that. .7k burst, not bad. Okay, I didn't even need to use my Cloak of Shadows. That was kind of crazy. Okay, new priority. Fix the lag. I'm 2 rings to be BIS in phase 2. Holy, you just need the 2 rings in your BIS, bro. I wish I was you. That means you have the... Holy, oh, I want it so bad. VPN, yes. I wouldn't be able to connect to this if I wasn't using a VPN. To use a VPN just to get on the internet. Like if you get to China and you don't have a VPN set up, you can't get onto Google. Nothing works. Strange experience for us, because in the West we grow up and the only problems we have are not being able to connect to the internet or having a bad internet connection. But once you actually get connected, not being able to get onto Google or YouTube is just, it's a very experience. Yeah, I just melt through the mobs, Starcaster, Priest, pop all CDs. Yeah. That's the way. The only issue with those, if one of them hits you with a Shadow Word and you use your cloak and it falls off after 5 seconds and they're not dead by then, both of them, if you get unlucky with your hits, then the second guy can Shadow Word Pain you. And then you've got to keep yourself topped up all the time, because that Shadow Word Pain, if you get it on full health, even at almost 9k, it will eat you down to about this much. If you lose like this much health and you get one and you don't have a health pot or the ability to even bandage for one tick, you're dead. So, but yeah, with Talon and this gear, that generally doesn't happen. You just made me get out of bed and do a couple of mana tombs. That's what I like to hear. Go make some money. Go make some money. Oh, this lag is so bad. What server do you play on? Can I add your battle tag? Sure. I play on Thunderstrike EU. And my battle tag is, there it is, Vivid tag 21673. Add me up. Farming right now and just got the Nightblade in a strong junk box. Oh, that's the only, I say the only one I haven't gotten. You can only get 2 epics in TBC from lockboxes, but we got the Spine Sever, obviously. We got world first Spine Sever in the pre-patch, proving that it could be. And this is the one. This is the Spine Sever I got in the Blasted Lands at the beginning of February, which was at the end of January, which was such a cool moment. Yeah. We put it up on Reddit. It went viral, got like 1 million in 3 hours. Then the moderators took it down because they thought it was fake. And then I made a video showing it wasn't, blah, 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 blah. Put my video up on the site, and that's when I decided to go all in on content creation for a while. If there was ever a sign that you should do that, it was getting clients ever in the pre-patch. So I'm looking for a Nightblade. Obviously, I don't need it, and I don't need the money. It's just in TBC this time around would be awesome. Okay, this lag is absolutely insanely bad. Let me close BitTorrent. Let me OBS, sure. Did that turn off? It did. Let me get my light back. There we go. Okay, Battle.net's up and running, Surfshark's up and running, what else? Exit that, quit that, that. WhatsApp, quit that. Six in this. It's an achievement for yourself, exactly, Grant. Exactly, it's an achievement for myself. That's what it is, just for my own self.
We're going to do the same thing in Wrath, by the way. In Wrath, in the pre-patch for Wrath, there's two things in the pre-patch that I'm going to do that I'm really excited to do. That is content that nobody else will be doing. Simonites will have figured this stuff out because he's a really good rogue, and he likes shenanigans and figuring out things as well. So he'll definitely know this, and there'll be a few others will as well. But the two things that I want to do in Wrath repatch are, number one, I already have my Fell Striker, so I want to do infinite energy AoE farm, and I want to find I'm gonna have a few places in mind, but I'm gonna test the best place to AoE farm in the pre-patch in TBC to make the most amount of money and just test out the infinite energy farm. That's one. And the second one is we're going to do the same thing. We're going to pickpocket level 71 mobs in T. We're going to find the best place to do that. It's probably going to be Zan. I'm not sure. I need to double check. Level 71 mob, it'll be a heroic dungeon. And then we're going to get Wrath lockboxes. And the Wraths can drop not 2 epics, but 3. And they can also drop 2 blue items. A puzzle ring, a caster staff. And the items it can drop is there's a sever. It's the exact same like item as a spine sever in terms of stats. It's just better stats. I think it's called a spine slicer. And instead of the night blade, I think it's called the dusk blade. And it's the exact same. It has a armor pen debuff. So they're basically just scaled versions of the same items. But it also has a crawl blade, a level 80 crawl blade version. It's not called crawl blade. It's something else. Cleaver, I think it's called. So you can get 3 epics, a dagger, and a main hand sword. And the main hand sword is actually pretty good. So really, really excited to farm more epics in the pre-patch for Wrath as well. Yeah, that will be nice. Added you. Here we go. Sweet, brother. I got you. What mobs did you say you're going to be doing that on in pre-Wrath? So the lockboxes you get are determined by the level of the mob. So in the pre-patch for TBC, if you go and you pickpocket level 60 mobs, you'll get the highest version of the classic lockbox. But if you pick level 61 mobs or 62 mobs, you'll actually get TBC lockboxes. So it's just the level of the mob. And once you understand that, then if you want to optimize it, what you're trying to do is find a location that has the most amount of level in Wrath pre-patch, the most amount of level 71 and above mobs area that you can go around in a chain farm. So you can do it in a heroic dungeon, you can do it in a raid, you can do it in the world. If they're level 71 in the open world, we'll need to do a little bit of research and find out where the best place to do it is. But there'll be multiple places you can do it. It's about chaining. So in the pre-patch for TBC, the best place was Old Road because there were a lot of level 61 mobs in a very small area. And you go around 12-minute runs, pickpocket, and then by the time you get back, the pockets of the first guys have respawned, and you can do it again. You don't even need to reset the instance. So that was really, really nice. That was a lot of fun. Yeah. Okay, we've gone from 8 to 600 MS. That's not much better, to be honest. So it looks like because I'm on Unicom's network and infrastructure, they have a more robust version of the Great Firewall can be implemented against this network much more effectively than it could when I was using an eSIM from a global provider. The eSIM itself had some was giving me 300 MS routed to Singapore on a VPN, but this network is giving me 600 routed to Singapore on the same VPN. So it's not the VPN, it's the actual network. I have to find a workaround for that to get back to that 300 MS. So these guys, you just want to evasion, and then you want to tab target. It's very hard at 600 ms to do this, but you want to tab target on. And then we're going to cloak, and then we're going to use blade flurry. Yeah, this is really bad. I think I'll just finish this run, guys, and then I'm going to bail so that I can fix this network issue. The lag is insane. Are you on vacation? No, I'm living at a Kung Fu Academy. And I'll be here for training Kung Fu Monday to Friday. I live on site, so they feed you 3 times a day. You train from 8:30 in the morning till 11, then you have 3 hours off. Then you train from 3 p.m. to 5, 5:50 actually. So another almost 3 hours. Full on Kung Fu training, just getting fit and healthy. And they're my 2 goals: get physically strong, learn some spar, do some competitions, and grow my channel. And yeah, IRL parsing Kung Fu and parsing in World of Warcraft. Yeah, you deserve better than this janky, glitchy stream. But let me question. Even though my game is glitching out, my face cam, that's not glitching out, is it? Because that's going straight from my PC and it's being uploaded from OBS to you on the China Unicom network. I would guess that my face cam isn't glitching at all. That's fine. It's just the game that's glitching because it has to go through Singapore. Let me know if I'm right about that. It is glitching as well. And Space Guardian says no, it isn't. Okay. Game and the voice are glitching. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'd say we're losing like packet losses probably well over percent, I would say. There are stutters on the face cam video here. Okay, okay, thank you, brother. Thank you for letting me know. Always a problem. Last week has just been problem after problem after problem trying to set up a network. But that's China. Great firewall, VPN. There, you know. We'll get it. So like, there's plenty of Chinese streamers who stream and get around it. So it's not a problem. It's solvable. It's solvable, and I love it. Let's just crack this last chest. Absolutely. Okay. Can you guys hear the games in the way? Like the music and stuff like that, or no? Yeah, that's it, guys. I'm in the stream. Thank you very much for joining. I'm really sorry about the really poor quality and the glitching. I'm going to get that fixed, and then